What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Tuesday evening's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. Lots to go through in this video, including a potential blockbuster summer transfer spend. Yes, that's right, you did hear me. A monumental amount of cash being dropped by FSG this summer, according to reports. We're going to go through that. We're going to give you the latest from Arne Slot's pre-Aston Villa press conference. And we're also going to be asking, is there really a potential swap deal on the cards involving Darwin Nunez? That and lots more over the next 8 to 10 minutes, my friends. Of course, I'll be live tonight at 8:45 to go through this in far more detail, so do join us for the late night agenda, 8:45. And tomorrow, we'll be live for the watch-along of the Aston Villa game from 6:15 p.m. It's a 7:30 kickoff. You know the score, though. Look up to the top corner. Just over 400 subscribers now away from 300,000. So if you can help us out by hitting that subscribe button, it will be much appreciated. Also, drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and don't forget to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Right, loads to get through. I'm not going to hang around today. I'm going to get straight into the meat on the bones. FSG are preparing for their biggest ever summer transfer window, according to the Anfield Buzz and Fraz Fletcher, and a couple of other journalists have been starting to allude to this as well. Liverpool are working on new deals with Trent, Salah and Virgil, as we know. Hopefully they get done. But FSG are expecting to spend at least £200 million with Isak, Hoyson being two of the targets mentioned as the ones that Liverpool, Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards are looking to get in this summer. Now the question is going to be, is this all being funded by a kitty, or is there going to be some sales that's going to help out? But either way, if you can get those contracts sorted, bring in the likes of an Isak and a Hoyson and a left back, I don't think you'll have too many unhappy Liverpool fans. Hell, you'll even have me happy. And that doesn't happen very often when it comes to Liverpool transfers. So, this report suggesting up to £200 million being spent this summer by Liverpool. I want to know your thoughts on it. And of course, if you want to drop in and talk about this in more detail tonight, we will see you at 8:45. But don't go anywhere. We've lots more to go through. So let's talk clubs' wage spends at the minute. So Anfield sector posted, according to Gimme Sport, via data from FBrief and Capology, to give the Premier League's annual wage bills for 2024-2025. And Liverpool, well, despite the reports of many journalists to tell us that we have a huge wage bill, we're fifth. So here are the numbers. Manchester City, biggest wage bill in the Premier League with £215.5 million being spent on wages. Second, Arsenal, £172 million being spent on wages there by the Gunners. Manchester United, 15th in the league table, but third in the wages table, with £171 million being spent. Chelsea are next on the list with £160 million. And then comes Liverpool, fifth on the list with a spend on wages of £128.8 million, which is, well, significantly down on the likes of Manchester City, Arsenal, United and Chelsea. So your thoughts on that? Very much welcome. It does surely show that we don't have this massive wage bill that we're being told about all the time. If you look at the clubs above us, bar maybe Manchester City, we should be competing with all of those. So thoughts on that one? Surely it shows there's wiggle room there for the summer. Now, let's move on to, well, firstly, a comment from James Pearce speaking about the number 9 situation at Liverpool Football Club. James Pearce of The Athletic said, "I would be very surprised if Liverpool went into next season with the same options in terms of a number 9 that they've currently got." I think probably the obvious answer, but I agree. I do think Liverpool will make some changes in the summer. It just remains to be seen. Will it be Darwin and Jota? Will it be just Darwin? I think you can safely say Darwin will be one of them, though. Now let's give you a few bits from Arne Slot's pre-Aston Villa press conference, but don't go anywhere because there's an interesting bit at the end around Darwin Nunez that I want to make sure that you guys get. So let's talk about Aston Villa here, and Arne Slot saying, "Very good manager, it's a strong team we're going to face every game. This period of time is difficult." And it is going to be. It's not going to be easy at Villa Park tomorrow night. They're coming off the back of a frustrating 1-1 draw with Ipswich, who even went down to 10 men. We're coming off the back of a narrow 2-1 victory over Wolves, a hard-fought 2-1 victory. If we can win this game, it will extend the gap to 10 points over Arsenal. And yes, they'll have a game in hand, but it's still another game out of the way for us. And that 10-point gap could be massive ahead of the game against Manchester City, of course, at the Etihad coming up this weekend. And then we've got Newcastle at home midweek next week. Speaking about Marcus Rashford and his move, I guess, to Aston Villa, this is what our manager Arne Slot had to say. "He's a very good player. I hope for him he will show this at Villa just not tomorrow. And I love it. I love that Arne Slot has a little bit of humour in him as well. Like he throws out a little crumb of encouragement and then backs it up to go, I want him to do well, just not tomorrow. I would be completely surprised if he doesn't show his quality in the coming months. He's a very good player, said Arne Slot. And finally, speaking about Cody Gakpo, who is now officially ruled out of the game tomorrow, this is what the manager had to say. And look, as much as it's bad he's ruled out of the game tomorrow, this is still positive news from Arne. He said that Cody Gakpo is ruled out of the game tomorrow, but that he is close to a return. So Cody is close to being back, if the quote from Arne Slot, which look, that'll be brilliant. We do need Cody Gakpo to return as soon as possible with the amount of games you have coming up. But surely Lucho at left wing tomorrow should be fine. But Cody is close to being back, said Arne. So it wasn't a very serious knock, but it was one that was enough to keep him out of this game. Paddy Power has continued their great work trolling Manchester United, and one of their tweets today, well, I just had to share it with you. So Paddy Power put up a tweet to say, breaking, Man United have reached a verbal agreement with Ruben Amorim to ruin his promising career in under 3 years. Well played. Nothing else to add, Paddy Power. You know what you're doing. I'll leave you to it. Well played. We've also seen today that some of the players at Manchester United there are apparently not believing in the system from Ruben Amorim, but, you know, these aren't their problems, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the final part of today's video, and I hope there's enough tasty morsels here to bring you guys back tonight at 8:45 where we can cover it in more detail. This piece here from Football Insider said, Liverpool will try to tempt Newcastle this summer to sell Alexander Isak by offering Darwin Nunez in part exchange. Now, I want to know what you guys think about this. It's probably unrealistic. Or is it? Because if you remember, they wanted Darwin Nunez at one point before they got Isak. I think they got the right decision in the end, to be honest with you, because, you know, look at how their respective careers have gone at the clubs. But if Darwin's up for it and Newcastle are up for it, it would be something that I guess would in some way make up for the loss of Isak if Newcastle were to lose him. And I don't know how it would work with regards to PSO or whatever, but it's an interesting one, and the only reason I bring it up is because these type of trades are kind of unusual. But as I mentioned, there was interest previously from Newcastle in Darwin Nunez, and you could see Darwin up there. I think the Geordies would love him, and I think his fighting spirit is one that they'd enjoy, same as we did as Liverpool fans. For us, he just wasn't making the back of the net bulge enough, but if it worked, and if it was possible, I wouldn't be against it. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think there's any chance of it, or is it just Football Insider maybe, I don't know, taking a chance on the story? Let me know your thoughts on it. And either way, I hope to see you tonight at 8:45 for the late night agenda. We're creeping towards 300,000 subscribers. We've got a very special image made up for the mark if and when we get there. And of course, hope to see you later on. We'll go through all of this and more. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. And don't forget to let us know your thoughts. Much love, my friends. We'll see you tonight. Bye-bye.